Welcome back to Fantastic Forest with Miss Liberty. Today we're going to be looking at the parts of a mushroom. Now today we're going to be going over some of the vocabulary and some of the words we'll need to know when we're studying mushrooms, when we're looking at mushrooms. So we're going to be having a look at the parts of a mushroom. We're going to start with the cap of the mushroom. Now the cap of the mushroom is there to protect the gills and the spores of the mushroom until the mushroom is fully grown. So it's basically the hat on top to keep everything underneath safe and well. Next, we have the stem. Now the stem has a similar job to the stem on a flower or the trunk of a tree, and that is to hold the rest of the organism, to hold the rest of the mushroom up, to hold the cap of the mushroom up high, so it's off of the ground, away from insects and things, and to keep it safe until it's fully grown and ready to reproduce. Next, we have the mycelium. Now, the mycelium plays several roles in the life of a mushroom. It's similar to roots on a plant. However, they are able to do some things that plants can't. Now, mushrooms, remember, don't make their own food, which means they need to get food from other living organisms and other things around them. So this is where the mycelium comes into play. Mycelium releases an enzyme into the soil and into surrounding leaves or dead trees, anything that it has around it, and it will start to break down all of these organic materials around it so that the mushroom can take in all of the nutrients from these dead or dying organisms around them. Okay, so it's a little bit like our stomach acid that breaks down our food. It does the same thing, except it's outside of the actual mushroom, and then in a way it sucks in all of the nutrients. So it's a little bit like, you could think about stomach acid and maybe a straw. So it has the stomach acid to break down all of its food, and then it sucks in all of the nutrients and all of the food that it needs to grow and to continue its life cycle. Next, we have the gills, which when you look at a mushroom, that is the what you can see underneath the cap if you turn a mushroom upside down. Now, the gills have several jobs. The main job is to produce spores, which we'll talk about in a moment, as well as helping to disperse the spores with the help of the wind and animals around the mushroom. Now, spores are the seeds of a mushroom. Now, spores allow the mushroom to reproduce, to duplicate, and to make more mushrooms. So the gills produce and protect the spores until the spores are ready to go out and create their own mushrooms. The ring of the mushroom, what you see here in the middle of the stem, actually helps the mushroom when it is a little bit younger than what we have here in our picture. When the mushroom's smaller, the cap of the mushroom is lower, and the ring helps cover the gills and the spores. So if ever you look at a mushroom and you can't see the gills underneath, that'll be because the ring of the mushroom is still attached to the cap, protecting the spores and the gills as the mushroom grows. This mushroom is mature, it's a full-grown mushroom, so it has broken away and the gills and spores are ready to spread and make new mushrooms. Last but not least, we have the vulva, which has another job of protecting the mushroom when it is a little bit younger. It protects the mushroom when it first comes out of the ground. When it first breaks through the soil, it keeps it safe so the rest of the mushroom can continue growing. It keeps it safe from the outside environment. And as it grows, it just kind of breaks open and stays in its place as the mushroom continues to grow and get stronger. Okay, now this was a very short explanation about different parts of the mushroom and a little bit about what they do. If you are keen to learn more about mushrooms or trees and forests in general, Do subscribe to my channel so you can follow the rest of the Fantastic Forest series. If you learned something and enjoyed today's video, please leave a like so we can see how many people are following us on our Fantastic Forest adventure. And I will see you again very soon.